Sylvester gave consciousness. He found himself in a dark room. He tried to shake his head, but his head and his body parts strapped in. He struggled to move, but his bracelets round to the glue in his body and round his leg formed from the series from the plank, just spreading his leg around his cross. Sylvester Tails is the only one not tied down either. Now he fluttered to struggling now to escape. As he writhes, Roger said please and struggling to incitement.
Goody, you awake. Now we can get started.
Roger smiled and he hops to the smart cart into with the cloth around him.
Roger, what's going on? I can't move.
Well, duh. Just because you're tied up. That's why you know that. I didn't know how to do this.
But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help to make ice cream.
You are helping. You see, I ran out of special ingredients. I need you to give me more.
Now Sylvester was breathing in heavily and started to panic.
Special ingredients? What special ingredients?
You silly.
Sylvester's eyes widened, his face is torn in fear. And he started to laugh and start in the voice and on to the breathing flare.
You got me there, Roger. I think tricking me to I'm gonna making into the ice cream. I gotta tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win, you're the best.
Roger only giggled even more.
Thanks, Sylvester, but I haven't done any pranks today, but so I can't any been for praise.
Sylvester was struggling again.
Roger, come on. This isn't funny.
And what are you laughing?
Before Sylvester could answer, Roger grabbed a scarf and lifted off to the cart. On the cart with the chains with the short medical tool and knives, carefully organized and sharp, as well as large medical bag. And now Sylvester was full panic mode. He was started to hyperventilate. His mind's raced, and he tried to reason with the white rabbit.
You can't do this, Roger. I'm your friend.
I know you are, but I'm so happy when you got here. We can just share your last moment together, just you and me.
Roger said please again.
But the other tunes were where I am. When the walking pile up, if they come looking for me, if you get found out.
Oh, Sylvester, don't worry. There are plenty of tuned cats will take care of mice and birds. And besides, no one will find out. I mean, I don't want to have when I'm doing this.
That anonymous statement. The light came back and revealed the rest of the room.
Oh no.
Sylvester reeled in his horror at the rest of him. Suddenly, the room was decorated, but twisted Roger Rabbit flares. Several animal heads around the wall and every single on the floor and the ceilings. And brightly skulls was attaching on the walls, with organs with healings with that, with guts are tied round the chairs. The tables and chairs made out of bones, but they served in flesh cask and the consistence. Sylvester came seeing pieces, butts, possibles, in the table nearest to him. The heads are for cold, and their eyes closed when they're sleeping, and they're wearing party hats made out of fur coat. With a true terror, Sylvester was recognized one of these Penny Lane's old friends. Sylvester was eyes back and forth, in the hand for hanging bandages for the raptor, made from those animal coats, and the word "Life is a Toontown" was scrawled in blood red. Sylvester was attention brought back party horn, on forming and tickling his nose. He gave from Roger Rabbit, and he stand right in front of him. A Toontown is wearing a jacket from coated from fur shedding, and blazed with fur coat. On his back, he has lots of animal tails around his jacket, all of different colors. As Roger said, "Please," incitement. The masks are separate. Ears clacked together loudly.
Like it? I made it by myself.
Desperately, Sylvester completely into a silly rabbit before him.
Roger, please. I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell anybody.
Oh, Sylvester, you didn't do anything. You just said your number came up. Well, I don't break rules. You can't turn back now.
Sylvester was tearing up. How could this be happening?
Aw, don't be sad, Sylvester. Look, this'll cheer you up. I brought you a friend.
Seeming out of nowhere, Roger introduced blue and pink skull of apartments. It's about toon size. It's a very in the future. Rabbit ears.
Is that...
Hey, Sylvester, let's hang out together. East Toontown's a lame-o. Mia. What's up, Doc?
Roger mimics.
I came here before I was out of town. I told Bugs I gave him 20 minutes before I was known for longer since that time of year. Well, boy, glad I did. It was worth it for leave her alone for that time for years for that. I was just having fun with him and it just started then. It was so amazing. I know I shouldn't have done that before and I was having fun and since you know that for that time. Well, I started for that for then. I do more. You know what? I had to start it then since later for type of year. It was started then. It's too bad he has such a meanie mouth. He had so much bad stuff. I just had to take his tongue out. Well, so many bad feelings make bad feelings, Sylvester.
Sylvester didn't have anything to say. He just stopped and forcing in panic mode.
Well, that's enough of missing. It's time to begin.
Putting down here a skull, then started. He's grabbing the blade and started for that, and carefully to put placely in Sylvester's ear, without any flare and nothing. Roger placed the ear just around the side and began to search the cut around his ear. Sylvester shouted in pain, and he tried to desperately pull away, but the braces held him still. Finishing indecision, Roger grabbed the cord skinning knife from the tray, screwing up his face on the concentration. He worked under Sylvester's fur, slicing the highway from his muscle. Sylvester ground his teeth as he tore up, and with watching his flesh pull off. When Roger finished one, Roger pulled one ear, like holding them like pom-poms. Sylvester just whimpered, his eyes born with nothing like his after before. Placing a down with the ear, Roger has a selected large butcher knife. and walk behind with the pussycat.
Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna just tail for now.
He grabbed Sylvester's tail and played with it for a few seconds. Then happens to his heart pain for Sylvester falling in his ears. Then stretching his tail out. Then Roger drops the blade down to his tail. Densely, Sylvester meows and gesturing to his pain. Roger's aim, he tried to hit the mark again and again. Sadly, he missed. Then he carves a huge of Sylvester's hind back.
Sylvester, you gotta stay still or I'll keep missing.
Roger hit another whack and hit his target. He swung again and again, blood spraying in the air, but Roger wasn't getting anywhere. But the blade wasn't going through the bone.
I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else.
Roger threw the butcher knife away, then started to look into a large metal box in there for that, and he finally found it.
Ha! Got it. Hey, Sylvester, what do we call a saw? Doesn't mean does it do with the knife. That is just a saw. I don't get it.
Then Roger has a saw already for his tail. Then Sylvester wanted vomit in flesh for his pain for that. As he stopped sawing, and he said something to Sylvester. Roger is only halfway done, but his tails are slivered.
Hey, Sylvester, think fast.
Suddenly, Roger winks his tails as hard as he can. The bones snapped, but the black cat held the skin, then torn away. But the bone with the tail on the launch with the flesh all the way down to his tail. His body seized with the tractors of drama, as his opponents does, and Sylvester down for the least for his paws, and a loud fence for a melody on his own, unable to catch his breath. He blacked out.